Never miss another fabulous cultural event in Cotacachi just because you can't speak Spanish. In other words, tells you what you need to know about life in Cotacachi and Imbabura. And here is our host, Diego Velez.
Welcome, listeners, to our second installment of In Other Words. Today we have a really exciting show. We're going to be having a great interview with the director of the museum in the Culturas here in Cotacachi. He's going to tell us all about Trompos. It's really exciting, and I spent a whole Saturday walking the 5 kilometers around town. I welcome you to join me next weekend, Saturday or Sunday, 2:30 in Parco Matriz, if you want to walk the Trompos circuit. It's really beautiful. And so that's it for today, and we're going to go right into our next.
Q Howard. Losing their job, the dollar. And there's no end to it. We know. I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value. So, I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore. I want you to get up right now. Get up, go to your windows, open them, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore. Things have got to change.
How many stations does this go out?
You've got to get mad.
67. I know it goes to Louisville and Atlanta.
I'm not going to take this anymore. Then we'll figure out what to do about the depression and the inflation and the oil crisis. But first, get up out of your chairs, open the window, stick your head out and yell, and say, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Peter Finch in the great movie Network, 40 years old today, and one of the greatest, I love that movie. I know Steve Donoso probably loves it. Is it media manipulation? Is it a crazy media person calling you to arms, or what's going on? So watch it if you haven't. I just love that movie, Network.
Hey, man, what's your name?
Find out about the local events in Cotacachi before they happen on What's Going On.
What's going on?
Yes, what is going on? Today is Friday, so we have the beginning, the continuation of La Hora 2018. We have all kinds of activities this weekend, starting tonight at 8 p.m. in the Parque San Francisco, near the Iglesia Dolorosa, near the Banco Pichincha. I'm sure you all know where the pastry shop is. And there'll be some great music there tonight. It'll be Cantos Latinoamericanos with some groups, Grupo Arahuic, Grupo Cantares, Grupo Ilianza, Grupo Joquiwas, which, I know that group. They're really, really exciting, and don't miss those guys. And also El Grupo Marabu. So that's supposed to start about 8 p.m., so check that out tonight, 8 p.m., and I think the weather will be okay. And then also Saturday, there's the inauguration of the Parque Ornamental, the skate park right there in, I think it's in Bolivar. I'm sure you know where the park is. And there'll be at 2 o'clock, there'll be skateboarders, professional bicycle riders. There'll be mural painting. There'll be basically vendors will be coming from Intag and from all over. They'll be selling organic food, and it's going to be really cool. There's going to be some live music starting at 6 o'clock. There's going to be an homage honoring Bob Marley. I know you've noticed the Bob Marley statue there, so they're going to be playing some great Bob Marley music, so don't miss that. And there's going to be a lot of producers, organic producers there, and you can try their wares and check out the food and listen to some music. That's Saturday at 2 p.m., but I think they'll be there early, 10 a.m., so check it out, Bolivar and 10 de Agosto, right there in Parque Ornamental. So that's Saturday at 2 p.m. Following that night, if you want to check out some more live music at 8 p.m., El Latino Grupo La Sentencia will be playing in Los Molinos. And if you don't know where that is, that's near the terminal, the bus terminal. So I'm sure you'll be able to hear the music. And all these events are free. And don't make sure you miss those. I think they'll be really good. Also, that same evening, I believe at 8 o'clock also, if you live in Cuicocha or up in La Pana, there's going to be La Fiesta de la Patrona Virgen de las Lajas. So check that out. I'm sure that'll be really nice up there in Cuilcocha. And just a word for those of you that are horse lovers, if you're planning on going to the Paseo de Chagra, which was going to take place up in El Tentador, Toro de Luna, that's been canceled due to an influenza or some kind of equine, disease thing going on. So hope all the horses get better. And so there'll be no chagras, no horses, no horse events this weekend, but there's plenty of other stuff to do. There's even a final de Copa de Indoor football if you want to go all the way to Intag and Peña Herrera. So that'll be Saturday at about, I believe 5 o'clock. So if you want to go to Peña Herrera at the Intag. So check out those things. That's just a few things happening this weekend, part of Hora 2018, 2018.
Aires de mi tierra, cantos de mi raza, caídos de luna, dulceros del alma que recoge el sol y devuelve Dios con inspiración hecho bendición para este Ecuador. En el aire van bebiendo el azul que el cielo nos da para completar la felicidad. Nacida de montes y lagos con la dulce magia de los rondadores, aires de mi tierra, ecos del recuerdo de toro escondido en mi Cotacachi que recoge el sol y devuelve Dios con inspiración hecho bendición para este Ecuador. En el aire van bebiendo el azul que el cielo nos da para completar la felicidad. Música nacida de montes y lagos con la dulce magia de los rondadores, aires de mi tierra, ecos del recuerdo, tesoro escondido en mi Cotacachi. Y en el aire van bebiendo el azul que el cielo nos da para completar la felicidad.
Every Friday afternoon at 4 p.m., English Language Radio in Cotacachi.
Great song, Aires de mi Tierra by Armando Hidrobo, famous cotacacheño, and that was Rumba Habana, For Your Pleasure, one of my favorite songs. Thank you.
Listen to the special people who define Cotacachi here on Something to Talk About.
Last Saturday, I had a chance to walk the 5 kilometers around town with the Trompistas, the professional teams that walk the play from November up till November. So September, October, November, about 3 or 4 months is the tournament. And I got a chance the other day to sit down with Lenin Alvear from el Museo de las Culturas here in Cotacachi, the director there, who gave me the history of Trompos. So I think you'll enjoy this first part of the interview with Lenin and some special things there. So check it out. We're here with Lenin Alvear in el Museo de las Culturas, right here on Garcia Moreno, and he's going to give us the history of Trompos here in Cotacachi. So, dime la historia de los trompos aquí en Cotacachi, Lenin. Tell me the history.
Aquí en Cotacachi es un lugar donde la gente ha venido jugando el trompo más o menos desde el año de 1860, cuando se cantonizó Cotacachi. Esos son los registros que hemos documentado en archivos, en memoria, preguntando a la gente antigua. Entonces, existen esas referencias de que cuando se cantonizó Cotacachi, por ese tiempo comenzó a jugarse el trompo. Pero el trompo que se juega aquí es diferente, ¿no? Tiene otra modalidad, otro diseño, otra concepción, ¿sí? Otra sensación, y está relacionado mucho con una celebración importante que se hace en el año, que es la celebración de finados, que se hace en el mes de octubre hasta el 2 de noviembre. Es una celebración importante.
So what Lenin was saying is that they've been playing trompos here in Cotacachi since 1860. And that here, since the canonization, then Cotacachi became a canton, they've been playing. But here in Cotacachi in particular, they started playing this form of trompos, and coincided with the celebration that started in, I believe, in octubre, ¿no? And it runs until November. ¿Y qué es la celebración? ¿Qué es la que están festejando?
Esta celebración es muy antigua, data desde el tiempo prehispánico, antes de la llegada de los españoles. Este tiempo de los finados, la gente va al cementerio de la ciudad para visitar a los muertos. Es una relación de sentimental que se hace con los muertos, se les lleva comida, los indígenas llevan comida, eso se llama huachacaray, llevarles comida, alimentos, bebida y visitarles. Los mestizos les visitan en la mañana y en la tarde salen a jugar el trompo.
So then this, Lenin was saying, was this celebration coincides with the celebration, an indigenous celebration, and also the mestizos that coincides with what they celebrate in Mexico, which is the Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos. Que es, they honor the dead, they go and clean the cemetery, they bring food to the dead, and then what the mestizos did is that after their honoring of the dead people in the cemetery and celebrating them, they would go and play trompos.
Entonces los mestizos salen en la tarde del 2 de noviembre a jugar el trompo en la calle con una bola, golpeándolo con un trompo que está rotando en la mano, se recoge y se golpea una bola que se llama bola de cabe. Esta bola de cabe y el trompo están hechas con materiales originarios de esta tierra que se llama cerote. Es un árbol que se da en la montaña de Cerro de Mama Cotacachi. Es un árbol muy noble, es un árbol muy especial, es el único que puede brindar la nobleza que tiene este material para poder hacer el trompo, por la dureza, por la agilidad, por la resistencia. Esas son las características especiales que no tiene ninguna madera del mundo, solamente el cerote. Por eso hay mucho amor al cerote de la gente de Cotacachi.
So Lenin was saying that one of the special woods, cerote, which is a tree that grows only in the hillsides of Mama Cotacachi, that wood is really prized for making these trompos, So then basically the trompo game is you make a top, big top, they spin it, they pick it up, they throw it against a bola, ¿qué se llama la clave? La bola de clave.
Bola de cabe.
Bola de cabe. And they hit that bola and it rolls as far down the street. And so that's what the game is. And so we were following them on a Saturday, and Lenin will now tell us more about the rules. ¿Y cómo es que se va el juego? Las reglas y aquí no hay como equipos y todo, ¿no?
El juego durante estos 150 años ha ido modificándose mucho, ha ido variándose mucho. Antiguamente, hace más de 100 años, jugaban entre pocas personas, pero todo el pueblo andaba atrás de la bola, todo el mundo acompañaba, era una diversión importante del pueblo. Y esta es una parte de un juego ritual, un juego lúdico, que sale la gente a acompañar esa bola. Yo entiendo que la bola significa el espíritu, la bola da la vuelta a la ciudad, como que está sacando, ahí está la vida, ahí está, ¿sí?, el sentimiento de los difuntos. Es una bola que representa a la vida, que da la vuelta, es un ciclo de la vida, un símbolo de la vida que se va después de la vida material, es de la vida etérea. Eso para mí significa el cabe, el golpeo de la bola, que está encima de una piedra, que es un material sagrado, y está encima de tierra. Entonces está encima de dos materiales altamente importantes, como es la piedra y la tierra. La piedra se llama cuyumba, ¿no?
So what Lenin was saying is that one of the important things is that the bola, the cabe, that is placed upon a rock and also placed upon dirt. And so then one of the symbolic things about the bola, about 100 years ago, the whole town, the whole pueblo, Cotacachi, would follow this bola all around the town, which is like 5 kilometers. And then Lenin was saying that a lot of times people said that represented the spirit of the people, of the dead people, that when they leave the cemetery, that they're traveling around the city. And so that was very symbolic, and so people really enjoyed that. It was very well followed. A lot of people with the whole town would come out and follow the trompistas, the players around the town as they were making the traveling around them. Entonces ahora siguen jugando, ¿no? They're still playing.
Bueno, había dicho que el juego ha cambiado, en todos estos 150 años ha ido cambiando, pero cada vez ha ido fortaleciéndose y mejorándose, haciéndose más participativo, más inclusivo. Participan ya casi todos los barrios periféricos de aquí de Cotacachi. Entonces ahorita hay como 12 equipos, 12 equipos en los que son los jóvenes y los adultos también, y los niños participan mucho. Por lo tanto, ahora hay 10 equipos que tienen un reglamento, juegan ellos desde hace 23 años, están jugando en un campeonato. Es un campeonato que se comienza en septiembre y termina en noviembre.
Oh, okay.
Entonces es un campeonato que dura más o menos 2 meses y quedan de ahí sacan un campeón, un segundo puesto, un tercero y un cuarto. Pero la gente juega, no juega por el dinero, no juega por el honor, por nada de eso. La gente juega porque es necesario conservar esta tradición, porque existe una energía fundamental que le llama a la gente de esta tierra, a la gente que ha nacido aquí, le lleva a cuidar esto, a estar siempre tras de la bola, a golpear la bola y darle la vuelta a toda la ciudad. Y digo que es una energía especial porque esta gente deja de descansar. El fin de semana que tiene que descansar, después de haber estado trabajando de lunes a viernes, la gente sale a seguir jugando, moviéndose con la familia, con los hijos, con los amigos, con el barrio. Claro. Y es un espacio para el reencontrarse, a que la gente no esté aparte, para que no exista el egoísmo, para que no exista el individualismo, para que la gente del pueblo esté unida, para que la gente del pueblo se convoque, esté siempre trabajando juntos. Entonces es una actitud de solidaridad. El trompo tiene esa simbología de que permite que la gente esté no metida en sus casas viendo internet o viendo televisión, sino que la gente esté aquí viendo los volcanes, viendo a Imbabura, viendo a Mojanda, viendo a Luguru, viendo a Mama Cotacachi, viendo el cielo, viendo las nubes. Afuera en el escenario. Ese es el escenario del trompo. Es el escenario donde el trompo sigue toda la bola tomándose la ciudad por un lado y por otro lado. Entonces la gente, te decía, tiene esa energía especial que cuida esto, ¿sí? Como un tesoro. El trompo es como el trompo y la bola de cabe es como un tesoro, ¿no? Y la gente cuida esto y acaban más o menos, comienza a las 2:30 de la tarde y regresan a las 6 de la tarde hasta las 7 de la noche. Acaban de jugar todos los sábados y domingos. Existen como alrededor de 300 personas que están en este proceso. Hay mucha gente que están metidas en esto. Y con ellas se entiende que ellos son los custodios, quienes sostienen esto. Si ellos no están jugando, si ellos no salen a jugar, si ellos no hicieran el sacrificio de dejar de descansar para estar en la calle, encontrándose y jugando y conversando y gritando y animando, esto se perdería.
Claro.
Se perdería en poco tiempo. Pero ese es el trabajo que hace esta gente. Entonces son los jóvenes, los niños y los adultos,
Claro.
y las mujeres de estos señores, los que sostienen una tradición antigua, mira. Entonces por eso es tan importante conservar y apoyar el trompo. Todos debemos apoyar el trompo.
So what Lenin was saying is that over 23 years, there's been now 10 to 12 teams that are in Cotacachi where they have, shirts that say their names.
Tenemos Pipicos,
Pipicos,
La Banda,
Malditos,
tenemos
Media Vida,
Tradición, Maldita Vecindad,
Delfines, claro. And so what he was saying that was really important, I thought, was that this is a solidarity between about the 300 people that participate every Saturday and Sunday from 2:30 to about 7 at night. Every Saturday and Sunday, after working all week, these people come out to the street to get together, to look at the mountains, to look at the sky, to be together, to talk with each other, to laugh, to yell, to have fun. And really what it is about keeping this tradition alive that's been going 150 years, but for the last 23 years, these young people, the men and the women and the families, they all come together. I walked with them last Saturday. So I want to invite you to come on a Saturday, 2:30 at Parco Matriz, and walk around the city with the trompistas and watch the game and really see that these people are out. They're out walking around. They're out laughing. They're all, drinking some aguardiente. They're having a really good time. They're laughing. And they're following the ball around the city. But like Lenin was saying, it's really symbolic of what they're trying to do, that they're keeping this tradition alive. Because if they stay in their house watching TV or surfing the internet, then these traditions die. So that's why it's important that we come and support them and watch and see what's going on and see what it is that Trompo is. It's just not a game, but like Lenin said, it's a tradition, it's a ritual, it's really beautiful because it's people being a community and everyone's together and they're laughing and they're stopping, they're eating and they get together and late at night about 7 o'clock they finish and they figure out who won that day, who was the champion for the day. When I was with Malditos, they won Saturday. I saw them Sunday and they won Sunday too. So it's a really beautiful tradition. I invite you to come on a weekend, a Saturday or Sunday. Come and walk with them the 5 kilometers. Bring your dog on your bicycle, whatever. And so that's the point of the game. The game is how many hits can you do around the city? The less amount of hits, los menos posibles ganas, no? The less amount of hits. So the Malditos that won on Saturday, they did 74 hits. And I think they went on Sunday. Another team had like 84 hits, 90 hits. No vale, no porque. But also, it's not about winning, like Lenin said. It's about keeping the tradition alive, about keeping things together, about being outside and laughing with people, seeing your neighbors and seeing the city and seeing the mountains, seeing Mohanda, seeing Cotacachi, Imbabura, the sky, breathing the air. And so that was what's really beautiful. And I invite you to come and Lenin is, out there. He's helping organize it because there's a president and there's scorekeepers and there's judges and it's really well organized. And I really had a great time on Saturday. We're here with Lenin Alvear.
You are listening to
Culturas.
In Other Words.
That was great. That's part one of the interview with Lenin and the Trompos, and we'll come back to the commercial break. We'll have part two of the Trompos. And in the meantime, I'd like to thank all our sponsors that make this possible. There's about 4 to 6 sponsors, and so I just want to invite you to try to go to Pandala Bakery, Yannick's Bakery. He's got a vegan restaurant there. He sells just the greatest bread and snacks, and you have breakfast on Tuesdays and almuerzos on Tuesdays, some blueberry pancakes, some scrumptious food there. So it's Tuesdays right out there on Rocafuerte. So check out Pandala and have some of the best bread. It's really good, porque hay que comer. And also, we'd like to thank, right now down the street from Pandala and Rocafuerte is Prana and Energia Vital, which is a family business, has healthy organic products. They have yogurt and milk and cheese and vino and wine, and they have books and all kinds of personal products there. And it's located right there down the street from Yannick's on Rocafuerte, 9 de Octubre. And also, we'd like to thank our friends Jairo and Carmen from La Cuadra Hostel and Cafe, where they have some of the greatest coffee and really nice breakfast. I stayed there when I first moved to Cotacachi in a really comfortable place and really close to Parco Matriz. It's right there on Modesto Peñarera. So go check them out, 06291-6015. And we also like to thank our other sponsor, which is Wolf Puppy Dog Grooming, right there in Cotacachi. And you can have your pet washed, and you have your cat and your dog washed, and they'll smell great, and you'll smell great, and everyone will be happy to see you. And so check out Wolf Puppy. They're on the internet on WOOF Wolf Puppy on their Facebook page. I want to thank them and also the other sponsors, which are Cuckoo's Nest, Santana Realty, and the Pastry Shop.
are listening to In Other Words. And we are back with Diego Velez on In Other Words.
Welcome back, and we want to thank all of you who are listening and watching. And I want to introduce you to this band from the Sahara Desert, Tina Riwen. They're a group of Mali musicians. I think you'll really like these guys. And then we're going to hear part 2 of the Trompos interview.
listening to In Other Words.
Great. Now we're back with part 2 of the interview with Lenin Alvear and the Trompos. Enjoy.
¿Qué más nos puedes contar de los trompos? Pues la gente juega aquí desde niños. People play since they're little kids, ¿no? Y los adultos juegan mujeres, hombres.
Este es un juego netamente masculino.
Uh-huh.
Las mujeres no juegan mucho porque hay una tradición masculina de jugar.
Uh-huh.
Sin embargo, las mujeres tenían la tradición aquí de abrir este ritual. Este ritual de juego, que yo les llamo, era abierto por la mujer. O sea, la mujer daba el primer cabe. es como que la energía femenina abría este ritual. Entonces era muy importante la bola que representa a los espíritus que están ahí en ese cementerio. Ese es mi criterio, lo que yo he llegado a entender.
Entonces, what Lenin's saying is important is that ball that they're hitting represents the spirit of the people from the cemetery, the people that have passed away. So as they're hitting it around the city, that spirit is traveling around the city. And he was saying that really is a masculine game, it's a men's game, but the women are the ones that come and support the men, the daughters, the women, the children, and a lot of times the women will be the one with the first hit that starts that energy, that feminine energy that travels around the city, which is really beautiful.
Entonces eso era muy importante, que la energía de la mujer comience, ¿sí? Arranque esto, y es el hombre el que continuaba. Entonces ahí encuentras una relación binaria macho-hembra, un opuesto y complementario. Es muy importante eso en este ritual.
It's the women's energy that begins it, it's the men's energy that continues it, but it's both energies, the feminine and the masculine, that continue. So it's a very complicated game. From a distance you look at it, looks like somebody's just messing around, but it's really, really beautiful. It's very complex. And, what I said, it's a very 150-year-old game. It's been going on here in Cotacachi. They also play in San Jose de Minas, which is nearby in Tabacundo. And those are the only 3 communities. And we talked with an elder the other day who told us, El Don Bolivar, who said that they went to Ambato when he was younger and they taught them to play in Ambato. I don't know if they're still playing, pero muy interesante estas tradiciones, ¿no?
El municipio de Cotacachi está haciendo un estudio, ¿sí? del trompo y también un plan para poder sostener esto en el futuro. Entonces todos los lunes aquí en el museo se hacen reuniones en la noche con los custodios del trompo para poder con ellos conversar y entablar un programa, un proyecto de largo plazo para poder esto que no se pierda y que se siga mejorando. Y también estudiarlo más para poderlo entender más y así poder ir a las comunidades, poder ir a las universidades, a los colegios, a los barrios, a la televisión, a la radio, y a la gente avisarle, indicarle qué significa el trompo,
qué está pasando,
qué es importante.
What's happening. So Lena was saying it was really important on Mondays here in the Museo de las Culturas. In el Museo de las Culturas, every Monday night at las 7, no? They have, the municipio has started a project where they're studying the trompos and they're finding ways how they can continue this tradition. And so, the public's invited. El público puede venir si quiere, no?
Claro,
and so they're trying to figure out how to kind of project these out into the communities, into the barrios. And there's all these barrios that are involved. It's not just one neighborhood. It's all these barrios. It's kind of competition. So they're all participating. And like Lenin said, there's about 300 people total. There's families, there's mothers, there's children, there's elders, and they're all in the park. And so if you come on a Saturday or Sunday until November 2nd, se acaba el 2 de noviembre, no? Sí. Yeah, and so the competition will be over then. And first prize, like I found out, was $400, and most of the teams, what they do with that money is they have a party, una fiesta, no? They buy a pig, they buy a chancho, they buy food, they drink, they have a good time. And it's not about winning, it's more about keeping that tradition alive, and it's the honor of that you're a custodian of the game, you're a custodian of this tradition that's gone on for 150 years here in Cotacachi. And ¿qué más nos puede contar sobre eso?
Me gustaría a la gente decirle que esto ahora es intercultural, o sea que están participando mestizos, no solamente mestizos, sino también ahora están los indígenas. Los indígenas están jugando desde hace muchos años y ahora los indígenas son los mejores también, porque el equipo de Pilchihuela es solo indígenas. Ellos son 3 años campeones de este campeonato.
Okay.
Campeones 3 años seguidos.
So Lenin is saying that now this is an intercultural game. It's a game where there's mestizos playing, there's indigenous people playing. ¿Cómo se llama? Pilchihuela. Pilchihuela. Where is that? ¿Dónde queda eso? Más o menos.
Queda de la empresa eléctrica, ¿sí? A 1 kilómetro hacia el norte.
Okay, so from the electrical, thing, about a kilometer south. So now that team of all indigenous, people, men, has won championship 3 years in a row. 3 años así seguidos, no?
3 años, sí.
So you can see that they've started playing. They're really, really good. And I watched them play the other day. And so this is kind of like all these communities are playing. The mestizos are playing. The indigenous are playing. So it's really kind of a beautiful thing. So I invite you to come and watch on a Saturday or Sunday. You get till November 2nd when it'll be over. And I think it's really beautiful. ¿Qué más nos cuentas de esto?
La gente, cuando se acaba el torneo, ¿sí? La gente recibe un premio económico, $500, primer premio, segundo premio 400, tercer premio 300, segundo premio 200. Es poco dinero realmente, pero ese dinero la gente no va a invertir para acumular, ¿sí? Sino que ese dinero la gente invierte para fortalecer los lazos de la amistad, los lazos del barrio, los lazos de la gente, y con ese dinero ellos hacen un viaje y se van a pasear a un balneario de Intag, Nangulí, o si no compran un borrego o compran un cerdo y hacen fritada y compran cerveza y compran licor y
hacen una fiesta.
Y hacen una fiesta que dura un día completo y se invita a los amigos para gozar y conversar sobre el trompo. Entonces lo importante es de que el trompo nos permite vivir bien, el trompo nos permite estar contentos, el trompo nos permite...
So it's como un pretexto para reunirse. So really, like Lenin was saying, first prize is maybe 500, second prize is 400, third prize is 300, and 200 for fourth prize. But really, it's not about that winning the money. It's about that the community, the body that wins is then going to buy, like they'll buy a sheep or a goat or a pig, and they'll buy some beer, and they'll have a party, and then they'll even go on a trip to Intag to go to the aguas termales. And really what it's about is about them getting together. They talk about trompos, and they laugh, and they have a good time. So it's really bringing people together, and that's really the point of it. And that's what I would like you to see. Invite the extranjeros que vengan, who are listening to the show, to come and watch trompos, to come and see it. Because you might see them go by your house, and you don't have no idea what's going on. Pero nomás pasan por ahí, no digo, ¿qué está pasando aquí? Pero si vas con ellos... Vas con ellos y le das la vuelta de la ciudad. You know, your feet are going to hurt because it's 5 kilometers. Es mucho. Pero la gente trae los perros, traen en bicicleta. It's a whole thing. Y paran y están comiendo empanadas, fritada por ahí. El camino siempre hay comida, ¿no? So people are eating along the way. People are laughing. People are drinking aguardiente. And they're having a really good time. And it's really serious. I mean, they're really están jugando, pero serio, ¿no? Pero quieren ganar. Y se están riendo, ¿no? The people are laughing. They're having a good time. So I think it's really worthwhile. It's really beautiful. So I've learned a lot just by watching. So I invite you to come on a Saturday or Sunday. Come out of your house. Come see the mountains. Come see the sky. Come see the beautiful Cotacachi. And enjoy Trompos. And walk with us. Walk with us around the city. Some teams go al norte. Some go to the north, right? Algunos van al sur. And they all meet right by the cemetery. ¿Cómo se llama ese lugar donde está esa cosa de metal, esa estrella? Ese lugar donde acaba. Where the Trompos finishes. ¿Cómo se llama ese lugar? Porque se acaba ahí, ¿no?
Sí, ahí se acaba el trompo. Eso es la cancha donde termina la cancha del cementerio.
Ah, okay. So that's the end of when you get to the very end, there's a sewer grate that has a big star on it, and that is the end of the end of the tournament. That's where you have to get the ball to, and once it gets there, then that's the end of it. And the judges will say how many hits, cuántos claves, no, 74, 80, lo que sea, and then that's how you determine who wins. So when I got there, the malditos ya sabían que ganaron. Dijeron, oh, ganamos con 74. He had 74, and so they're really happy because they ganaron el sábado, ¿no? Y parece que ganaron domingo también. Sí. So I think it's really beautiful. I invite you to come out, and I think Lenin is, he's trying to keep the tradition alive because there's a president and there's people that organize themselves, but he helps organize it. And I was noticing that he gets a lot of joy of it because it's a cultural part of the city. Es una cosa cultural. And like Lenin was saying, es un ritual también. It's a ritual. Sí. So it's not just a game, and it's a sport. So many things, and and it's familial. It's like la familia salen, I mean, it gets people together. It gets them outside out of their houses. They get to know each other. They get to see each other. And like he was saying, which is really important, people are working really hard. Trabajan toda la semana. But they could easily stay in their house and sleep or eat or whatever. But they come outside to play trompos. And it's a long day. It's 2:30 to 7 o'clock. It's a long, afternoon. So I invite you to come and check it out.
Es importante también recalcar que las personas que son custodias o que cuidan el trompo, que están jugando todos los años, son gentes populares.
Claro.
Sí, muchas son gentes pobres. Uh-huh. La mayoría son obreros, uh-huh. ¿sí? Uh-huh. Muchos son campesinos, uh-huh. agricultores. Claro. Hay muchos albañiles, uh-huh. ¿sí? Y también hay muchos talabarteros que trabajan en el cuero. Ah, okay. Entonces, ahí en el trompo siempre se encuentran los pobres, claro. ¿sí? La gente del pueblo. ¿sí? Okay. Ellos son los que custodian esto. Por eso el trompo se vuelve más importante, porque es el pueblo, la gente popular, uh-huh. la que está cuidando una tradición antigua.
Claro. What Lenin's saying is really important is these are working class people that are carrying on the tradition. They're the people that work with the leather. They're the masons, the ones that do cement. There's the people that work in the fields, that work agricultural. And these are really the working class people, the ones who are working Monday through Friday really hard, but they still come out to play trompos every weekend, from September to November. And, there's people that make the trompos. And I think that's really, really important. And I think that's why I think Lenin, I wanted to ask him, because he's really holds all this knowledge. I want to thank him. ¿Y qué es la última cosa que quieres decir a la gente que está escuchando? What's the last thing you'd like them to know about Trompos and about why they should come? ¿Por qué deben venir?
Bueno, la gente debe venir a ver el trompo en primer lugar, porque quien vive en Cotacachi tiene la obligación ética y moral de conocer la cultura de aquí. Si yo estoy en Cotacachi, tengo que saber cuándo se baila, por qué se baila, por qué estoy jugando, por qué estoy dándome la vuelta.
Claro.
Y hay que acompañar a la gente, porque no hay que estar metidos en las casas viendo televisión,
Claro.
¿sí? O
Durmiendo.
en internet, durmiendo,
Claro.
o solamente con mi familia aparte. Lo que necesitamos es conocernos todos,
Juntarnos.
estar juntos, la gente de arriba, la gente de abajo, la gente del este, la gente del oeste, todos debemos de venir acá a caminar. Y en otro lugar también porque es saludable,
Claro.
porque esto es un ritual, ¿sí? De mucha alegría, donde la gente ríe mucho, donde
Claro,
la
claro.
gente también camina,
Claro.
y el hecho de caminar también significa que yo voy a tener buena salud, voy a tener a mi corazón siempre, ¿sí? Siempre contento. Por eso es importante el trompo. El trompo nos da muchas satisfacciones a la gente del pueblo.
Claro.
Por eso todos debemos acompañar y estar, y hay que quererles a los caveadores, se llaman.
Caveadores,
A los hay que
caveadores.
quererles, porque gracias a ellos, a estos campesinos, a estos agricultores, a estos talabarteros, a estos albañiles, gracias a estas personas conservamos una tradición de mucha sabiduría, porque hacer bailar un trompo es muy difícil.
Claro.
Un trompo gigante es muy difícil, porque coger un trompo es muy difícil,
Claro.
y porque golpear un trompo rotando una bola es muy difícil. Esto es un invento hecho aquí en estas tierras. Esto no es traído de Estados Unidos, no es traído de Europa,
De
no
España,
es traído
no.
de África, de Asia, de ningún lado. Esto se hizo con la sabiduría y la inteligencia de la gente de esta tierra.
Claro.
Hace 150 años.
So what Leonard was saying is, come, if you live in Cotacachi, you need to come and see this game and support these people, these working class people that are keeping the traditions alive. And it's good for your health to walk. It's good to be outside, because really what these people are doing is carrying on this tradition. It's really beautiful. And the last thing I wanted to ask Lenin was, antes jugaban trompos, pero era un juego antiguo, ¿no? ¿Cómo se llamaba ese juego? What did that game call? Que se pegaba así con el otro día que estamos
Kushpe.
aquí. Well, el Kushpe. Kushpe is a game that was, an indigenous game, and it was kind of like Trompos, más o menos como Trompos, pero no lo mismo, ¿no?
No es lo mismo, no es con
diferente,
cabe.
yeah.
Esta es otra cosa.
So we'll do another show on that, but I want to thank Lenin and thank you gracias por todo, mi hermano. Thank you.
A ti, gracias, y que la gente acompañe.
Claro,
siempre.
come on Saturday and Sunday, come see Trompos, 2:30 in Plaza Matriz, ¿no? We'll see you there.
You are listening to In Other Words.
Thanks, Lenin, and what a great interview. Great time I had with him, and Museo de las Culturas. Dropped by there and talked to him anytime. He knows maybe 6 words in English, but he's cool, he's really cool. And here I want to play this song for you from John Trudell, Lakota activist, poet, passed away recently. This is for all my indigenous friends up in La Calera, San Pedro, El Cercado, called Hanging from the Cross.
From the cross, in the name of their Savior, forcing on us the trinity of the change, guilt, sin, and blame. The trinity of the change, guilt, sin, and blame. Hanging from the cross, hanging from the cross, in a delusional grandeur. They lie to themselves about lying to us, about lying to us. Hang from the cross, hang from the cross, in the name of the mother, the child, and the human spirit. Indians are Jesus. Hang from the cross, hang from the cross. Salvation. Among the terrorisms of freedom, a civilizing process where the rule of law is the law of rule. The law is a lie. The law is a lie. Hanging from the cross. Hanging from the cross. Their ego empire. The ethnic rich. Their cruelty of class. Imitation opulence. Crumbs that look like cake to the masses. Cake to the masses. Hang from the cross. Hang from the cross. We don't care who they think they are. They look like treaty makers to us, making one more promise, so they'll have another promise to break. Another promise to break. Hang from the cross. Hang from the cross. They keep asking us, what's wrong with us? We keep saying back, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you is what's wrong with us. Hang from the cross. Hang from the cross. Indians are Jesus. Hang from the cross. Hang from the cross. In the name of the mother, the child, and the human spirit. Indians are Jesus. Hang from the cross. Hang from the cross. We weren't lost, and we didn't need any book.
Every Friday afternoon at 4 p.m., English Language Radio in Cotacachi.
Thanks. Another great show, and thanks to Daniel, my station manager, for all the sounds. He's smooth. Gracias a los caballadores, los trompos, and thanks to Lenin. And next week we'll have a really special show with some of the youth of Cotacachi and some really special expats. So tune in next Friday, and we'll have more cool stuff. Thanks a lot.
Thank you for listening to our program. In other words, we will see you again next Friday at the same time, 4 p.m. on Radio Publica Cotacachi, 93.5 FM.
Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore.